Hey everybody, KC here. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have a lot for you right now because I'm on a little bit of a baseball high. So I have just finished, as I record this, watching the Mets doubleheader against the Atlanta Braves. The season technically ended on Sunday, but they had to play a doubleheader on Monday to make up for the two games that got rained out because of the hurricane that went through Atlanta last week. And listen, it was exciting baseball. The first game was amazing. And listen, if the Braves and the Mets wanted to get into the postseason, they had to split the doubleheader. But the Mets really needed a win. And I am just a diehard Mets fan. Not alone, by the way, on Morning News Beat. Tom Furphy, Michael Sansolo, we're all Mets fans. We all live and die with this team. But anyway, and the first game, it was really hard to watch because they went into the eighth inning losing 3-0. And then they had an amazing eighth inning where they basically scored 6 runs in the top of the eighth. Then Atlanta comes back and they go and scores and retake the lead 7-6. They go into the ninth inning and go figure. Francisco Lindor hits an amazing 2-run home run and the Mets end up winning the first game 8-7. So guaranteeing themselves a wild card slot. And as I'm recording this, if they're finishing up their celebration, they're getting on a plane and they're going to Milwaukee where they're going to play the Brewers on Tuesday in the first game of their wild card series. And listen, I'm always really careful about using sports as a metaphor because sometimes I think we all reach a little bit to make sports a metaphor. I also think it's important to remember these are really rich guys playing for even richer guys. So you gotta be a little careful. But I couldn't help but listen to some of the post-game interviews. And there were some things that stuck out to me in terms of business lessons. They were talking about one of the things that made the Mets special this year. And keep in mind, the Mets had a terrible first 2 months. They had just an awful first 2 months. But since the halfway point in the season, they had the best record of any team. And the reason that happened, according to the Mets and management, is, first of all, the players were held each other accountable, right? And that's important on any team, right? People who hold each other accountable for doing the best they can, for achieving some measure of excellence. They had leadership, not just from management, but from inside the team. People who were leaders both on the field, in the clubhouse. That was really important. And Francisco Lindor, boy, if it weren't for Ohtani, this guy would be the MVP in the National League, no question. It's just a little hard not to give it to Ohtani. They talked a lot about the fact that it was really important for them not to get negative, right? Keeping negativity out, even when things were tough, sweeping away negativity and trying to be positive. And the final thing I thought was really interesting, and this is applicable to any organization, is they consistently kept raising the floor. They kept improving the team. And it was even small pieces where they would add people like Iglesias, who were, they would never have expected to have a major impact on the team, and they did. So with every little piece, every big piece they added to the Mets got better and better and better. And that's really important in every organization, right? You want to be really, really good, but then you want to raise the floor and be better the next day and the next day after that and the next day after that. You always have to be improving. So listen, I'm a really happy Mets fan right now. This is great. Now, I will tell you that the Mets may have won the first game, but they lost the second game 3-0, which means that the Atlanta Braves are going to be in the wild card as well. They're going to be playing the San Diego Padres starting on Tuesday. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I never root for the Braves, right? If there's two teams I really, really dislike in Major League Baseball, well, there's 3. There's the Yankees, there's the Philadelphia Phillies, and there's the Atlanta Braves. And in the case of the Phillies and the Braves, it's because they always seem to ruin the Mets season. But as I was watching the game tonight, I'm going to be honest, I was kind of rooting for the Braves. And for a very, very simple reason. Jimmy Carter is a Braves fan, and as you're watching this, October 1st, Jimmy Carter is celebrating his 100th birthday. And I just thought, something? Jimmy Carter's 100 years old. He's an enormous Braves fan. Let him watch them go to the playoffs one more time. Anyway, that's what's on my mind. And as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.